Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Sarah here with Holistic Living. Today we're going to be talking about manifestation, specifically the alignment of mind, body, and soul, and how this is tremendously important in order to manifest what you are calling in. And I want to make sure that I break all of the myths and doubts that you are having right now, as well as sharing how to actually do this process. But if you haven't already, subscribe and don't forget to like this video so that you know so that I know that you like this kind of content. But before we get started, I want to make sure that you know that the Mind Body Collective is launching October 1st. So if you haven't already joined the waitlist, because this is a feminine, sacred collective that is virtual and is coming to support you, to help you grow, heal, and to help you find your tribe. So if you are a woman and you are somewhat spiritual, you want to learn more, to grow, find your tribe, connect in a very sacred and safe place, then join the waitlist down below so that you don't miss any updates. But I'm going to launch it on October 1st. All right, let's get started. So let's start from the beginning, because that's what wants to be shared first. So manifestation is a process that it goes beyond the law of attraction. So maybe you've heard of The Secret, which is a book, and I believe that is now a documentary. And it talks a lot about the law of attraction, like attracts like. So if you think more positive thoughts, if you say, hey, I'm receiving $10,000 today in the bank account, like, you are likely going to attract that. But manifestation is a little bit deeper than this concept, because it is not just what you say or visualize or you think. It is a vibration. So it is actually the question that you should ask yourself is, how can I match that vibration? How can I be a vibrational match for what I truly desire? And I'm going to give you an example. If I am sitting here desiring or wanting to call in the love of my life, how can I be a vibrational match for that person that I'm calling in? Let's just say that I want someone who is spiritual and financially stable, that is gentle and kind, and that communicates well, and that loves me for who I am. Well, first of all, in love, are you showing yourself these qualities? Are you embodying this person? Okay, so if you want to call that person, then you kind of need to level up a little bit and kind of like stop. I'm just making this very brutal. Don't stop getting wasted on a Saturday night and dating random guys if you want the love of your life. Or that could literally look like start showing up with yourself with love and integrity, taking yourself out for a date or a walk on the beach or a bicycle ride, whatever, and a picnic date just with yourself, because that's ultimately what you want to do with your loved ones, hopefully, or whatever you want to do. Let me give you another example. You want to attract money. You want to attract the abundance, okay? And in order to go from where you're at to where you want to be, you need to be that vibrational match. You need to initially stop worrying about the bills that you are barely paying Because the person who is making, let's just say $20,000 per month, or let's just make it very simple, the person who is attracting 10K a month doesn't sit here and obsess about the bills to pay. So you got to distract yourself from that energy and embody the energy that you want to attract. This is just an example. So manifestation is a vibration. It's the raw truth is that it's a frequency. And let me give you tips now on how to be a vibrational match, how to get into that vibration, because that's what I did. And to rewind a little bit about my story, which it is included in the book Prosperity Code that I co-authored with other amazing authors. I share my story, how I went from zero, literally not having money in my bank account, to a thriving business. But here are the tips. So first of all, you've got to start sitting in silence, meditating, or in silence with your own energy to calm that mind, your mindset that is telling you that you're not enough, that you're not going to make it, that you're never going to find the love. Make sure that you start meditating for the purpose of quieting your mind. Number two, what you can do with meditation is you can find a guided meditation, or you can literally do this. Think about something that you are tremendously grateful and you feel abundant. For example, something that you didn't have but you have right now. And for me, at that time, I was like, well, I didn't have, for example, I didn't have a lot of friends after my divorce, but then I started having like really 3 to 5 amazing soul sisters, and I focused on that, how much I laugh with them, how much I feel supported and safe and seen. And I get into that vibration of like, I'm feeling so fortunate and abundant in this era of my life. And then I call in what I want to attract. And you've got to match the emotions. So your emotions are going to dictate the manifestation process. So for example, let's just say that you want to speak on stage. I imagine when I get into that vibration, how does it feel? I'm really walking on stage and I'm like, I'm excited, I'm nervous, I have lights on me, I'm feeling the energies of the room, and I'm just beyond like excited while I'm sharing my truth with others. But it's a vibration, okay? So I'm bathing myself in the vibration. One thing that I did was I started watching people, how they walk, how they talk, how they write, how they, how they go about their day that are making 10 to 20K. So I would choose a day during the week where I was like, you know what, I'm not going to think about what I need to pay. I'm not going to think about what I don't have. And I'm just going to show up as I am living that millionaire life. So what do? Well, they wake up and probably they take care of themselves. Like they go in the kitchen and they're like super like, not stressed out about money, okay? Like I'm giving you an example, and they're making their cappuccino and that's their ritual. And then what do? They probably go to the bathroom and take care of themselves, but they're not stressing out. And then they go and look at their emails, but it's a very like different energy. So I started embodying that, and over time things started to happen and things started to shift. And obviously in attracting the clients, how does that client feel like? So I chose the clients that I wanted to attract, and I literally imagined, and also I bathed myself in that feeling of like, how would it be to talk to them? How would it feel like to have a conversation with them? What kind of conversation would we be having? It's the same thing with love or anything that you want to attract. Okay, so that's mainly what I did. And other thing that nobody talks about, but it's super important, and I share that in my book again, is the importance of taking care of your physical body, because at the end of the day, manifestation is a feeling, is a vibration. You have to feel good to be in that vibration of abundance. Okay? But if you don't feel well in the physical body, if you have health issues that remind you of pain every single day, how do you think are going to show up every single day? If you want to be that free and independent and a woman who runs with her kids and makes 20K per month, like that person knows that her physical body is number one, because your physical body is going to hold that energy. So I want to remind you with this of the importance of your energy and the foundations of a house, which is the physical body. If you have a poor relationship with food and you're struggling to literally live every day without obsessing about food, then that can be an issue in your manifestation process, because all of your energies are sucked in counting calories and fearing foods and all of that, and you don't have enough energy to focus on the things that you want to attract. Okay, so what I'm saying by that is know where you're at, and if you need to heal something first, then make sure that you heal that, because that's going to speed up the manifestation process. And your physical body, again, if you have health issues, if you're having gas, bloatiness, constipation, diarrhea, IBS, like that's not fun to live in pain or in discomfort. And these days we are so used to feeling uncomfortable that we think that that's normal. And I'm encouraging you to shift that right now. So for me, when I started manifesting, and the reason why I think I've manifested everything in such a short amount of time is because I put my physical body and emotional body first. Physical, like I knew what to do in the nutrition field, and I applied that. Like if I was reading the Bible, like I knew, and I was like, this needs to be in place for me to focus on the emotional, like getting out of my trauma response at the time, and to focus on my spiritual. So make sure that you hear this. And another major tip in order for you to unlock the manifestation process is to be aware of your limiting beliefs that you carry. Because in Italian we say tra il dire e il fare c'è di mezzo il mare. I think I'm translating this correctly. I hope so. Between this tra dire e il fare, between the to do and the doing, between the doing and the saying, there is an ocean, which means you can say you want to attract this amount of money or attract the love of your life, but if you have limiting beliefs about like, I'm not worthy of this, it doesn't matter how much you are exercising that muscle, it's not going to happen, because deep down your subconscious doesn't believe that. And it's blocking everything, because deep down you think that you're not worthy, that maybe you have a rejection wound, maybe you have abandonment issues, and that's going to be very hard for you to unlock the manifestation process. So be aware of your limiting beliefs. I have healing sessions designed to unroot all of these limiting beliefs. I'm going to put the link down below. These healing sessions are the ones that I apply in my programs, because they help people shift at the speed of light. seriously. So that's very, very important. If you want to start shifting that right now, I would really encourage you to sit with yourself and feel your own feeling. Like if you say like, I'm not worthy of love, really sit with yourself and journal about when did that start? When did something shift for you? And what did you tell to yourself that day that changed everything? And that you started putting a layer of protection on. So Carl Jung, a famous psychiatrist, said, that's his quote, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will run your life and you will call it fate. You know, that means if deep down there are limiting beliefs that they live in the subconscious mind, you will go about your life and you will call it destiny. When in reality, it's your subconscious that it's attracting those experiences. So in order to release the emotions, release the traumas, you have to face them. So if you want to do this yourself, make sure that you start journaling and sitting with your own feelings, and like don't be stuck in the excuse of like, oh my god, I'm afraid to feel my feeling because they're gonna get a hold of me. Like that's the number one lie that I hear my clients say at the beginning, and I'm like, no, the only way to get you from where you're at to where you want to be is to feel them and release them. Okay, so if you don't want to do this yourself and you need help, there is a healing session right for you down below with a link. And that's pretty much it about manifestation process. If you have any questions, please post them down below, subscribe, and like this video so that I know that you like this content. And don't forget to join the community. Ciao.